Yeah, let's take a walk through the ash and the emerald, where the devil's whisper makes a child dismember his own future. Ready to roll or ready to fall. This the story of the monster and the man. Let it breathe. 14 the year the seasons changed. The air got strange. A pocket full of stolen bills. A world deranged. Ready find a mentor. The man I looked up to. Supposed to school a young pup. Instead he cooked you. A phantom in the Philly. A twist in the leaf. A chemical betrayal. The birth of the beast. They asked me why the dog barks, why the eyes glow. It started with a spark from a fake ass hero. I wasn't drinking, wasn't thinking about a high. I was thinking about survival, watching the older guys. He said, this what the grown-ups do. This what makes a man. And he lit the L and the devil shook my hand. Took a hit and the planet shifted on its axle. My soul got snatched for a nickel bag of tactical ambush. The spirit was ambushed. The money on the table didn't matter. My granny's voice began to scatter. A monster stretched his legs, you heard me, stretched his back. And Earl Simmons took the first up on the crackhead's track. The victim of a toxicated child lost in the smoke. The dog was born that day. But the man began to joke. They heard the dog bark. They ain't hear the chain rattle. The fame was a saddle on a horse built for battle. But the rider was sick with a demon to tickle. The success was a needle. The pain was the pickle. From the rough rider anthem to the solitary cell. One story to rap, the other to tell. The mic was my witness. The drug was my fault. It's the duality, the bite of the dog, you know. They saw the Cumberly ones, 5 in a row, the crown fit. They didn't see me in the studio, praying to God to quit. A symptom of a bigger problem, that's the gospel. A brutal childhood, a soul that was hostile. Solar powder was a pause, a ceasefire inside. From the memories I couldn't hide, the tears I had to dry. But a ceasefire ain't peace, it's just a break in the wall. And every time I slipped a little bit more. The mic was my therapist, the booth was my church. Slipping was the sermon, looking for a perk in a world of chaos. A moment of numb, but the wake up was brutal. The kingdom would come crashing down, tours canceled, the contracts burned. Every lesson of respect that I ever learned was contradicted by the pipe, the glass, the flame. DMX, the legend, Earl Simmons, the name of a man in war, a public battle, private hell. With all they roared for, couldn't wait to break the spell of the spotlight. Cause the spotlight showed the scars, showed the dog in the yard, chasing after distant cars. They burned the dog walk, Bane had a chain that'll. The fame was a saddle, on a horse built for battle. Let the rider was sick, dead demon to tickle. The success was a needle, the pain was the tickle. I'm the rough rider, anthem to the solitary cell. One story to rap, the other to tell. The mic was my witness, the drug was my foe. It's the duality, the bite of the dog, you know. It started with a betrayal, wrapped in the blood. Ended with a heart attack, a permanent stud. The world shouts X, but they forget the rest. A 14-year-old boy who failed the test of trust, hid into a name who turned to rust. A billion streams later, it's still a pile of dust compared to the innocents that died in Alcazar. The legacy is real, but the pain is still there. They asked, got a dog, got chained, and now it did so deep. It was put to sleep by a mentor who made a promise he couldn't keep. Yeah, Rough Rider, it's a cold game. Remember the man, not just the monster. Remember a bite came from a womb, another ear. Dogland X. Get at me, dog.